Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Olympian Table. And here we are, another bright week. I'd like to welcome Chase to the table, and also we've got Courtney this morning from Lone Star Premier Mortgage. And we've got some interesting topics that we're going to talk about. How are you doing today, Chase?
Good, yourself?
Living the dream, living the dream. How are you doing, Courtney?
Pretty good.
How's everything on that farm of yours?
My farm? Pretty good. Almost got bit by one of my snakes yesterday.
Well, actually, talking about snakes, perfectly going off topic, and okay, he's going to hate me for this, but basically, I had a dream last night about snakes.
Oh, really? How did that go?
What would happen if one of my dogs approached your snakes?
One of them would not care at all. One of them would probably snap at it.
As in bite dog?
Probably. Probably a warning bite, not like a wraparound die bite.
Are
Just a
these
warning.
like poisonous snakes?
They're boas, aren't they?
Yes.
Both of them have got different personalities.
Yes, very different.
Okay.
The one that's still growing is probably about this big around.
Uh-huh.
He's probably about this long.
Okay. The reason why I say that I've got two dogs with different personalities. One dog, Pickles, is always putting a nose into everything and wants to know everything you're doing in the house. And I've got another one that's sort of laid back. And me and Karen was saying, I wonder if they've seen, because they've seen grass snakes, and Pickles starts playing with grass snakes in the yard. All right, and I'm thinking, what happens if Pickles actually seen? Pickles will get a snake and just throw it in the air.
Yeah.
Just playing with it. You know, doesn't want to hurt it really.
Just play with it to death. I get it.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get back onto the plot.
What did you do to make one of your snakes try to bite you?
He thought I was feeding him. It was my fault.
He thought you was feeding him.
I was feeding him. It was my fault.
What's a mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. If they do bite you, are they difficult to get their mouth off you?
So if you think I was an actual
Biteable thing.
yeah, and not let go, then yeah, you kind of have to unwrap them. You can put alcohol around their nose to kind of try to get them to come off. But the worst thing you can do is try to rip them off because their teeth are backwards. So when they bite you, the teeth actually go in like this. So they have to let go, or
So you just
it's not
get
going to feel good.
So you just get him drunk.
Well, they usually don't like the smell.
Of
and stuff.
alcohol?
Yeah, it's a lot for them, and they'll usually let go.
A bit of Tennessee whiskey or something.
I've never had one hold on to me.
Tennessee bourbon will soon sort them snake bites out.
Sure, dirt on it, he'll be okay.
Okay, so first topic of the Olympian podcast for this week, we're going to talk about a homeless guy. Well, no, he was actually a millionaire, decided to give up all his wealth away and took on the challenge to go from homeless to being a millionaire in 12 months. And apparently it didn't go too well, did it, Kay?
No, I have the video. We're gonna play the video and let them see what happened, because I think it's very funny, personally, for someone to try and do this. But you know, he had a great goal. He was trying to teach people that you can also become a millionaire.
He didn't do it, right?
Yeah, his name is Mike Black.
See, and he did this during the pandemic. I wonder if he did it now, how it would go.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty impressed that he started selling the free stuff he found on like OfferUp.
Mm-hmm.
So he made a little money to buy lease an apartment or whatever. And then a telemarketer makes almost more than a normal human's average. Our average income is $28,000. He made $35,000 as a telemarketer. I don't know what city was he in. What city was he in?
Let's see. Let's see. Let me find out that info for you.
Shows you that money can fix some problems.
Yeah.
Because he seemed super happy when he started this.
He was seeing
By
that.
the end of it, he had to quit early because of his mental and physical.
He said that it was the worst time of his life.
Oh, he did come out and say that?
Yeah, he recorded the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's like a 30-minute video. He himself put the entire thing out himself. He was just trying. He was doing it to try to inspire people. So it wasn't a secret. He decided that that's what he wanted to do, and he thought that. I think he was just out of touch. He was just an out of touch guy.
How did he
So
get his millions at first like that originally though? Like a
Probably generational wealth.
probably.
like a trust fund baby.
Them are the people that normally lose the wealth.
The trust fund babies.
Yeah.
Well, because
Because they've never
they
actually.
think it grows on trees.
Wait, doesn't?
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Do you mean to say you haven't got one of them trees at the end of the year?
No. I've been
You
trying to plant it
just
for
go
years.
and take the dollars off and put them in a bucket every month.
Can I get like a $20 or $100 bill tree though? Not dollars.
They cost a bit more. You get them from Home Depot.
They're sold out every time I go there.
So he was a.
So what sort of things did this guy do?
So first of all, he was a tech. He is a tech entrepreneur. So he founded a couple of different tech startups himself. So that's how he started, and he did most of it in like 2017. So kind of during the tech boom. So I think that's where he got a little confused, because it was, during a time where everybody was trying to do things within tech. But he went and he decided that he couch surfed. He stayed in this guy's RV. Then he ended up selling things that he got for free off of Craigslist, and doing it on Facebook Marketplace, which I think is super smart to do. If you need some extra cash and you got the space, just go and do that. And then he got a job for, like Chase said, $35,000 a year, and
the telemarketer.
Yeah, as a telemarketer. And then he did okay, but I mean, I think that was all within the first like 3 months. And then he couldn't survive with the $35,000, but he ended up being $935,000 short from his $1 million goal.
I like some of these comments that are on
But how about
YouTube.
mentally? How did you feel mentally? That's the thing to me that's the biggest.
He said it was the worst time of his life.
Yeah, he had to quit early because of his mental and physical
See, that's
health.
what people don't realise.
But did he get back the million that he didn't use, or?
Yeah, he's going back to be a millionaire, but look, no debt, no kids, no health problems. Bro failed on easy mode.
Are these the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He just proved the homeless need help.
That's true.
Bro started working a 9 to 5 and said, "My mind and body can't take this."
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Somebody said, being broke is the worst time of my life. Everybody else, yeah, we call that Monday. Which is
Oh,
like,
these are awesome. Some of these comments are awesome. It's a
so,
normal Monday, bro.
Like, bro had a phone. Why does all of these start with bro? I'm sorry. Bro had a phone, knowledge, no addictions, and no debt. This is much better than the average homeless person.
Yeah.
right. And then also he started subletting his the apartment that he got. So, which is illegal, but he did what he needed to do.
So he was renting out someone else's free couch.
Yep. No, the apartment that he was able to
Lady?
rent out, yeah, he started subletting it. He probably sublet it for like more.
Technically, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's illegal. So he and then he was probably sleeping on that dude's couch in the RV the whole time. So, because I was wondering how he made the other, $130,000. But yeah, so I just think it's interesting for him too.
I like this one too. Let's not forget, he still had all the knowledge and experience. It's like an experienced player restarting a game and not even making it halfway.
True.
You know what's coming up, bro.
Right, you absolutely know how to make $1 million.
You just crushed my dreams. We're done.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I don't understand.
My honest opinion is, why would you want to do it in the first place?
Yeah, I was saying, like, what was his motivation? Is there like a whole bunch of views on this? Is that why? it
This
is,
was
or-
during the pandemic, so it's probably the time when everybody was bored.
Okay,
Mhm.
maybe that's what it was.
Well, that sounds like a great reason to do.
Let's just do this.
No, he was trying to inspire people. So he called it the $1,000,000 comeback. He has a whole website dedicated to it and everything. He thought that he was actually going to be
But the end
successful.
result wasn't a motivational thing.
Yeah, no, I think that's what's hilarious. Is like,
But he failed. That's the problem. Like, if he could have did it, then okay.
yeah, if but he was doing it live, like he was doing all the updates live. For me, I would just private all the videos. I'm taking them all down. I'm not.
I take it back. I take it back.
I never did this.
But, you know, during COVID when nobody was doing nothing, this thing was probably
Yeah.
making its rounds everywhere. Once it's up there, that's it. I mean, just this YouTube video has like 9.9 million views.
Yeah, but this isn't even his YouTube video. This is just a guy talking about it.
Okay.
His YouTube videos don't, I mean, his most popular YouTube video for the project has 148,000 views. That's not as much as I would have thought that it was going to get. Like, you know.
Definitely during the pandemic as well.
Exactly. So it's just, but I mean, some of the stuff he kind of put it to education. So like when he did do the Craigslist thing, he made it a video how to make money flipping free stuff off of Craigslist. So he did that, but he would record himself. He would vlog it every single week. So he would, you know, kind of.
I got real stuff to do. I don't have time to watch him try to make money.
Yeah, a 10-minute video every single week. So
talking about social media, have y'all heard about the TikTok ban? that's
Yeah, let's
going
talk
on?
about that. That's an interesting. So the US passed through Senate and Congress that they intend to ban TikTok, and TikTok have filed a lawsuit over the block and basically said that they can't do that. And we've sort of researched different things, and one of the things that I find really funny about this is there's less social media allowed in China than any other country. And we brought up a list of different social media sites and different internet sites that are banned. Yeah, and I'm just going to do the top 10. Okay, you've got Google's banned, YouTube's banned, Facebook, Wikipedia, Reddit.com, Fandom, Netflix, Zoom, Blogspot, Bing, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitch, Robot. I mean, these Spotify is blocked, Messenger.com's blocked, Twitter, Skype, Tumblr, LinkedIn. I mean, all these, or
It looks like we're one of the last countries that are actually banning TikTok.
you are. Majority of countries that have banned them so far have included UK, Norway,
Canada,
Australia,
Taiwan, United Kingdom,
Netherlands. Yeah.
Nepal.
What's also funny about this is when you look about the year that China banned, they banned Google in 2010. That was like 14 years ago. They banned YouTube in 2009.
Oh my goodness. What
And
I'm
it's
wondering,
taken this long. I personally, I think TikTok should be banned. I mean, because I'd be okay opening TikTok up if these sites were allowed in China.
question, do you know if TikTok has tried to, like, fight the ban on any other country or just United States?
Just the United States.
There.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, I was saying to Chase earlier on, when you go to China, they've got more face recognition than any other country. All right, you get a social score and you get a credit score. The social score, if you walk, not on a crosswalk, but you just put your foot on the street, or you don't walk. Say you walk on a red light going across a crossing, or there's different things that you do. It changes your social score, and it changes your social status within China. You know. So, you know, and people say, you know, the freedom here. I mean, it's like I don't think America would put up with facial recognition for 1 minute.
I will say though, like looking at statistics for TikTok, as far as who are their biggest audiences right now,
It's United States.
well, we're at 148 million users for United States, and we're number one. Next one is Indonesia at 126 million, Brazil at 98, and Mexico at 74 million. So if they do ban it here, that's gonna be a lot. Not very many users after that. That's gonna be like half the users gone.
Well, I think the government should just turn around and say, I'll tell you what, turn YouTube on, turn Google on, turn Facebook back on, and then we'll let you carry on. But the other thing was, what's the name of that telephone company, Huntsway or something, with the telephone company? They was found out gathering data. They was headquartered out of Canada.
That's what they're doing, they're just gathering data.
I think it's funny that TikTok is banned in China itself. The actual app of
It's
TikTok
partially banned.
is banned. I think it's completely banned in China. They have their own version of TikTok called Douyin, and
Yeah.
so that app they have like full control over because it has, they have control over that specific algorithm. So
So anything you say negative about the Communist Party.
no, they won't even put that on. It's
but
it starts off as
No,
education.
no. They'll come knocking on your door.
Yeah, it starts off as educational
I can
videos.
Do you remember saying this, sir?
It starts off as educational videos, and then they try to like
Well,
hide other comment.
In China they have re-education camps, don't you?
Really?
Yeah.
I know.
Re-education camp.
Yes.
You mean for
Did you see
To
the
re-educate them on
Uyghurs
the
or
government?
something? Muslims in China, and they pushed them up to the north of China to re-education camps. They're basically prisons.
lovely?
So they're just getting force fed
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten through senior year again?
Yeah, you got it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So,
They do what they want.
how they run their country, to me, is totally up to them. Just don't step on our patch.
So TikTok is going to be gone in January.
Well, the thing that I think is funny is TikTok files, their lawsuit is based on free speech.
And they're from China.
All right, and yet China are banning all them sites.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with Steven. If they open all the sites on their side, we'll open all the sites.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's see what happens now.
My question is, when TikTok gets banned, something else has got to be in its place, or something's going to rise up more. What do y'all think? Instagram?
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube
Instagram.
has built their platform to be a lot like TikTok.
I'm taking my information from somebody that's very experienced and knows the business on. Okay.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be Instagram. It is gonna be Instagram because Instagram is it never goes away. Instagram. Everybody's like Instagram's dead, but people still use Instagram a
How many
lot.
times I've used it last year?
Once. But it's still people do post reels and things like that. Like the discoverability on Instagram is still like pretty high. So I just think that it's probably going to be the next best, because the problem with YouTube Shorts is that with TikTok, when you're looking at something, for the most part, it's going to be within the same realm. You're going to, like, if it's a song, if you keep scrolling, it's probably going to be the same song. There might be a little bit of a difference, but for the most part, it's like the same thing. Oh, you really like this content, or like when you're searching. The problem with YouTube Shorts is that once you get past like 4 or 5 of the same thing, you're going to a completely different like video. Like you could be watching a video.
It's like rolling the dice.
Yeah, so I mean, which is good for like people, the creators that want to be discovered, but it's not good for like the users, because for the most part, the users, they just want to watch the same thing over and over and over again. So
If I see another cat or dog video with them as a gun, I'm going to hit myself in the head.
Those are so funny though.
but when you click on it, and you know they're like, oh, she likes this, more cats and dogs. So with YouTube, it'll be like, now she wants to see shoes. It's just like it doesn't.
And then you say like, I'm thinking about buying a car. Now I'll see 100 ads of cars.
Yeah, so I think that's what the big difference is. So I don't think that YouTube's algorithm can keep up. And then also a big thing that a lot of digital creators have been complaining about is the fact that YouTube Shorts do give you a high volume of like people coming in and watching your stuff, but it doesn't translate because YouTube is still a long form, people still like to watch long form content, so it doesn't translate. Like you can get a ton of subscribers through YouTube Shorts and a ton of views on the shorts, but nobody's going to go from that short video to go watch like a long form. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. And if you get like 9 million views on like a YouTube short, you get paid $5. Whereas with TikTok, it's like at least, you might get $90 for only $5 because it's so easy for people to just watch. So I think that's.
Could we just fall back to the last topic? I don't know who put this in, but it's a good slide. China social score Google search.
Yeah, that's what we were going to talk about after.
All right. Then it says citizens' social credit score goes up based on social desirable actions like paying taxes and purchasing Chinese products. It declines if a person engages in behaviours that the state control deems dishonest and otherwise problematic, such as committing crimes or making negative statements about the government.
So playing video games is frowned upon. Being rude.
China's social credit score rates individual entities and corporate China, while its corporate social credit score applies only to businesses.
That's crazy.
What was you saying about I'm trying to find the article that you was reading to earlier on when you were saying about
Video games.
Yeah,
it's the same negative hit on your score. Play video games, rude to your coworkers, and stealing. Same hit. I thought you got your hand cut off in China. Stole it.
That's Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia? Sorry, my bad. I thought like Robin Hood.
But the social score system is supposed to measure the trustworthiness of individuals, businesses, and government entities based on data points like financial credit worthiness, social factors, and taxes paid on time. So you have to pay your taxes late.
here we go.
They don't like you.
The Chinese game of life. Citizens can gain points by donating blood or money, engaging in charity work, praising the government on social media, helping the poor. Okay? The negative ones are citizens lose points by not visiting one's aging parents regularly, cheating in online games, insincere apologies for crimes committed, spreading rumors on the internet.
Look, I know I stole all that money, but I feel really, really bad. Yeah, I'm serious this time. I will never do it again.
Well, we know the United States is not in that same realm.
Oh my God, this is crazy. So
You never heard of this, did you?
no, I've never heard of it before. This is like so.
And what happens is we
You start at 0 and you go up, or
and it gets worse because you've got facial recognition. You've got more cameras in China than anywhere else in the world. I mean, they say there's a lot of cameras in London, which there is, but there's more in China. So when you just walk in the streets and you go in a store or out of the store.
you think that was where the mask thing came from? They're trying to cover up their faces. You can't like recognize them. Like you wear sunglasses, the COVID mask, and a hat.
Some of this I kind of like, though, a little bit. Like, to get rewarded for helping people and donating and stuff like that. I think that's a
Do
good
you
thing.
honestly think that's the end game for this?
No, I think,
I think the end game for this is, I think it's good what you're saying, but the end game for this is to control people, not to say negative things about the government, and to cut your free speech.
So I was gonna say, I think the reward for like giving people
You
and
should be
visiting your
able-
family is, just feeling good, right? Like that that should be the reward. You should do it because you want
I
to,
was
not
watching
because you're getting
I was
rewarded.
watching a video the other night, and I thought it was really interesting, and it was about how an expat from China was basically saying that, is it Mao Zedong, the one that opened up China to, there was a Chinese leader that opened up China to the West and brought on all this prosperity. And I think it was Bush that went over there with this particular leader, and then all of a sudden Zeke's come in, and now he's going the other way. And now he's stopping the freedoms of the people again. And China's going a little bit backwards now.
Yeah.
And then-
So-
Yeah, but you have a lot of crazy riots over there too. I heard.
From what I'm looking at, some of the stuff that they can do if you have a bad credit score is they'll do travel bans even inside of like China to like restrict them from traveling from plane. And since they don't have good social character, they don't want them to go out of the country. School bans where if parents are on a low score, their kids could be banned from
Oh, it goes back
schools.
three generations, I think.
Oh my goodness. Hotel bans, internet throttling where they have slower internet speeds, career obstacles, and public shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
And then if you have a higher credit
While
score,
we're at it, let's just throw a load of stones at them in the pit.
I wonder if they have some kind of slur over there for like what do they call them for people with low
credit
social
scores.
scores?
But if you have a higher credit score, it's
Wasted.
easier to access
What's the
cash.
word for
I'm
it?
trying to
Come
think.
on. Losers. I'd call them heroes personally if they're going against the system.
Probably call them peasants because they call them peasant workers if you don't have a good job.
Really?
Yeah, they call it peasant workers.
Well, the silly part with all of that is when China increased all its productivity, what did they do to the poor farmers in the rice fields?
They try to force
They
them.
forced them all the way into the city because they needed the labour for people to go into the factories to produce the goods.
Yeah.
And then they lost their farming land, and now China's got a huge problem because they can't, for their population, they can't produce enough agricultural, enough food. Also, because they put the child ban on, the one-child policy, they now have killed themselves for the future because they haven't got enough children.
It's not enough children.
Yeah,
Well,
they.
I'll just let you into a secret. You need girls, not kids. I just thought let you
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They
Is that how it works?
know.
I think birds and bees.
Rumor has it.
They had a really big problem with kidnapping because men were kidnapping women like to their villages.
Mm-hmm.
But the people in the village didn't care. They were just like, we need more people. So they were just kidnapping people from like the cities
Wasn't
to
there
the
killing
villages.
Girls as well. They was accused of killing girls at one point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they
the
were.
child ban. But I mean, like,
girl, they were like trash can. Let's try it again. So
yeah, but I
now,
mean,
now it's a problem. A lot of guys aren't getting married because in Chinese culture, they want to marry their girls off to prosperous men.
exactly. So that's why there's a big kidnapping problem, is what I'm saying. So now there's a big kidnapping problem. So they're taking the people from the cities and they're taking them to the villages and things like that, so that they
What,
can
the
try.
men?
Yeah, and the village elders, the women, everyone in the village is like trying to assimilate them. And there's like videos of they're just like crying in the corner, and the like older women are like, it'll be okay, we just you just father the children, you marry him, and they're just like, I don't want to be here. Like, you kidnapped me. I don't, so
Interesting.
So hold on, they're kidnapping the men,
no, they're kidnapping the
the
women.
women.
But the women that are in the villages are also just, it's not like they're like, send them back, like this is wrong. They're just like, no, we need them. Yeah, it's fine, don't cry. So that's really, but the benefits of a higher social credit score, back to that. You can easier access to cash loans and consumer credit. priority for school admissions and employment, and simplified administrative procedures and fewer inspections and audits. So the government trusts you more. So that's
If
really.
you're a nice person, you should get an easier cash loan. Not that you pay it back or anything.
Cheating will impact your social credit score.
Cheating on what? Like tests?
It just says
or
cheating.
stuff? Oh.
Jaywalking and drunk driving as well. So that's all.
Note to self, anything else we gotta make sure we watch out in China?
I feel like we should not go there.
You've been to China, right?
Uh-huh. Shanghai back in 1984.
But I've never been, no. I did most of the Asian countries, but I have not
But
been to China.
I think it was completely different then to what it is now.
Was it fun to go? Was it pretty city?
At that time, I don't think it was advanced as well. It was smaller.
And their currency's what, yen? Not dollars.
It was
Won.
But I've got to tell you,
It's a little crazy to me.
yeah. But they reckon India is the next superpower because there's more, population's larger there,
In India?
and wages are down. A lot of the companies are now moving across to India
Mhm.
because the labour costs are low. Typical corporations, I mean, it's all about the stockholders and not paying them. And that's why all the stuff went to China because it was cheap. But now what's happened is now the Chinese have got used to Gucci and buying all that fancy stuff. When you walk in Beijing now, I mean, you've got Gucci, in the malls, you've got all that expensive stuff.
It's made there.
So I think, a hard one right now.
Yeah, it's like they're what, maybe like in 2020 we used to send all of our recycling to China, like all of our trash and stuff over there, and they used to pick through it to like make stuff out of it. But now they're like, we made China so wealthy because we use them, they're like, we don't want this, like we don't want this crap, like take it back. So that's probably why companies are moving to India, because India needs help.
But Apple have moved their manufacturing.
Mhm.
A lot of the big companies have moved their manufacturing there.
To India?
So it's just going to be the same problem in 40 years. We're just like, oh, we made India rich. And
Not that long, frequency.
Definitely know a lot of call centers are in India.
Oh, yeah. And the Philippines.
That's the
too.
scam calls.
Mm-hmm.
it's because in India, if you have a job at a call center, they have their little villages. If you have a job at a call center, you're considered like the top person. Like having a call center job is one of the best jobs that you can have in India. So
Scamming people.
that's why. So that's why they don't care. That's why they just call. And if you mess with a scammer, they just get angry, but they're just like,
I like how
I've told them I've let them tell me to F off.
yeah.
I got like eight voicemails from one once after I pissed him off. He wouldn't stop calling back.
I had one call me and I told him, what's your first name? I said, Donald. I said, what's your last name? I said, Tron. He said, what's your address? I'm in 600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He didn't have a clue.
What's your phone number? 911 832 55555.
He did not have a clue. Anyway,
Is that all we got today?
We are all done.
we are all done for today. All right, guys, we want to thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If you've got anything to post in the comments or anything you'd like us to discuss, please post your opinions. In the chat box, we'd love to hear from you. So how do we get hold of you, Chase?
You can call me directly, 832-630-7467. If you're looking to get a job in the mortgage industry or have some questions, just reach out to me.
How do you feel about wearing that shirt today? We're not in a very good one.
I'll always be a fan, but yeah,
The Astros.
yeah, we got beat last night pretty good by the Yankees. Probably
What,
gonna get,
what was the score?
I think 10-3.
That's what my wife said. She said we didn't do too well last night, and I said, oh, I don't want to know. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I turned it off maybe third inning. I was like, I'm just gonna go watch a movie or something.
No one knew to just get a bottle of beer.
I wish I could have.
Anyway, how do you get on with you then, Miss Courtney?
You can call me at 832-409-7908.
Or you can contact us through social media at C21 Olympian CX. Or what you can do is just have a look at us through Google because we're not in China. Contact us on Google at Century 21 Olympian, Texas, and we obviously, in Texas. So just contact us. All our numbers, information, and social links are there. So until next week, we'll see you then. Ta-da for now. Thumbs up. Like.